How brilliant!
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, where we'll be looking at antiques from the Roadshow with disappointingly low evaluations.
This was probably made in about 1980.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Fake Tiffany Vase. Our first entry comes from across the pond in the city of Orlando, Florida. Here we see a gentleman trying to sell a vase he hopes is worth a pretty penny.
I did pay in the range of $350 for it.
Initially he believes it's a collector's item made by the artist Louis Tiffany, who lived in roughly the Victorian era. This would make it a highly valued collector's item if it were real.
It's so extravagant and it's trying to be Tiffany, but it's not.
While it's a decently crafted pot, there's a shoddy knockoff of Tiffany's logo on the bottom. This makes it worth only $25 in the end, probably hundreds less than the owner hoped for.
I'm okay with the last person owning it and the last person that's going to change it, and I will destroy that little emblem on it.
Number 9. Fake dragon statue. Here we have a lady trying to get an estimate for her fascinating Chinese dragon figure, which she believes comes from the Han dynasty.
Now, how much did you pay for it?
Well, he wanted like £50 and I had no money and I bartered him down to 30 quid.
That's one of China's oldest dynasties, ruling from 202 BC until 220 AD. So, if real, it would roughly be as old as Jesus. If you heard the entry title, you'll already know it's a fake.
How old is it?
A couple of years.
Oh no! Are you joking?
Makes sense, since it was bought at a flea market in London, which aren't known for reliably selling 2,000-year-old relics. If real, it could have sold for at least $1 million, but in the end, it's only worth a few quid.
God, I had always envisioned, I thought it was like 2,400 years old.
Listen, if this was real,
Yeah.
it would be worth close on £1 million.
Oh,
Number 8. Marine cabinet. For those unaware, you can't just jam any old cabinet into a boat. They need special marine cabinets, designed with ocean resistance in mind. Here we see a gentleman trying to value one such cabinet.
It was sort of antiques at this auction.
Yes.
And that's why it was so expensive.
It was initially purchased back in the 50s, when we still used shillings. He paid £52 for it, which in today's money is at least £2,000.
52 old pounds?
Yes.
Gosh, that was a price.
In the end, it's only worth a couple of £190s. After adjusting for inflation, that's less than half of what he originally paid for it. The seller's pretty disappointed, since it was probably his planned retirement fund.
You could get between £200 and £300 for it.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
My goodness.
Number 7. Fake drawers. Our next antique is another fake, but this time it's a chest of drawers. It was given to the owner's family as a wedding present, so she wouldn't have had any idea of the original buying price. This led her to believe for years it was worth more than a few quid. Well, unfortunately for her, it's not.
Does that look like nearly 300 years of wear?
Ah, you think it doesn't?
I don't think it does at all, I'm afraid.
No.
I really don't.
Originally, she thought it could be at least 3 centuries old, but a generous estimate says it's nowhere close.
I think it's a fake.
Oh,
I
not
wouldn't,
a reproduction,
I
a
wouldn't,
real fake.
Thankfully, it's worth about $3,000, but the owner still looks a bit disappointed about its authenticity.
We've always wanted to know the history of it and whether it was old or not, so, well, that settled it.
Number 6. Part of the Titanic. One of the largest maritime disasters in history was the RMS Titanic, which sank in 1912 on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City. Here we see someone whose chosen antique is a slice of the Titanic, taken before it set sail.
And that is the hole that was cut out.
While it's initially interesting, he has no proof of its origin, except for word of mouth. For all we know, it could just be a random piece of metal.
Who is going to be able to tell you for certain whether that is from the Titanic?
Even if its authenticity was validated, it's not going to be worth much. It's just a bland bit of metal, hardly something to display in your living room.
What's a piece of the Titanic worth, if it can be proved?
Number 5. Biscuit tin. One fairly British piece of memorabilia is a biscuit tin to ensure the freshest snacks for dipping into tea.
As you go along, I like the way the wheels
have this sort of dynamic pattern.
New ones will set you back roughly £20, but what about one from the 1930s? This lady found out, but she didn't get the answer she'd hoped for.
How about £200? Do you think that sounds good?
Well, I have been told it was worth a bit more than that.
She hopes the ancient treasure will get her at least £1,000, but it's not even worth a quarter of that. When you consider it was bought for 20p, that's an incredibly huge rise in value, but not enough to make her happy. Maybe if she'd filled it with fancy biscuits, the evaluator would have been more impressed.
In the condition it's in, with the light and everything like that missing, 200 or 300 would be about right.
Number 4. Quarter Guardian Figure Replica. Charity shops frequently sell prized antiques without realising, for a much lower price than they're worth. Here we see one example of a man hoping that's what he stumbled on.
It was right among the junk, and it cost me the grand total of £1.50.
It's a piece of African tribal artwork, which, if authentic, sells for over £200,000. His hopes were quickly destroyed, however, when the expert revealed it's only worth £150.
But unfortunately, this one is a very fine copy.
Right.
It's slightly the wrong size. This was probably made in about 1980.
That's still 100 times the £1.50 he paid for it, so he should be thankful for that. If it were real, that would be one of the biggest blunders in charity shop history.
Unfortunately, not the £250,000 that one of them actually made.
It's a lot more than I paid for it. So.
Number 3. Ivory Slave Trade Disc. The Atlantic slave trade was overwhelmingly evil, one of the largest atrocities in human history. As such, relics from the era are rarely treasured, as it's not a period anyone remembers fondly.
These objects are really rare.
Another controversial trade good is ivory, made from the tusks of animals, such as elephants. Here we see a woman selling an ivory disc, which is also linked to the slave trade. As you can expect, the expert refuses to value it, on account of its evil links.
I just don't want to value it. I do not want to put a price on something that signifies such an awful business.
In fairness, the woman never knew its story when she acquired it, she just found it interesting.
And I just love you for bringing it to the Roadshow.
Number 2. Bottle of urine. Back in 2016, Andy McConnell was tasked with evaluating an 1800s bottle of booze. To figure out what type, he decided to pour a splash out and taste it, then guessed it must be port.
I think it's port. It's port or red wine, it's one or the other.
You'll hopefully never try that again, since a few years later, the actual contents were revealed.
Then the liquid, urine.
It was fascinatingly a witch's bottle used to protect against curses. This meant there was no port inside at all. It was urine, mixed with brass pins, a human hair, and an ostrich. It makes us question what type of port McConnell is drinking, and how to avoid buying it.
You glad you tried it now?
Number 1. Fake emerald. Like a lot of gems, emeralds are highly prized, making some worth a small fortune. A clean and clear emerald can sell for up to £100,000. These crystal clear emeralds can be faked rather simply with green tinted glass. Here we see 2 guests fooled by one such fake.
I thought it was an emerald.
I wish it was.
The pair brought in a fancy 6-piece jewellery set, crafted in the Victorian era. It included a supposed emerald, which they hoped would make them loaded. Unfortunately, their price expectations were set about 10,000 times too high.
Your pin, £10.
The piece was only worth a tenner, which is disappointing, but not a total loss, since the whole set was valued at £20,000.
Just blown away.
Were there any particularly cheap relics we forgot to mention? Let us know in the comments below.
Oh, if only we could all go back in time.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Right. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.